Whether you're live or watching the replay, be sure to say hi. If you're comfortable leaving a comment, let me know where you're watching from and if you've gotten your paper pumpkin kit yet. So heads up, spoiler alert, the February paper pumpkin kit is here. I just got it. So I haven't had time to put it together yet. I am going to be putting together the paper pumpkin design cards first, and then we'll be putting together an alternate, and the alternate card is what you're seeing here. And I'm pretty sure that you can tell by the alternate that this kit is adorable. So Beyond the Horizon paper pumpkin kit is going to be the March paper pumpkin kit. If you guys haven't already signed up for this one, March is Paper Pumpkin's birthday month, which means they will have a bonus stamp set. There will be 2 stamp sets in the March kit. I'm going to show the picture of the cards now. So this is the instruction booklet here, and you can see these are the paper pumpkin design cards that we're going to be making in the live today. This is called Safari Celebration. And then the back is always my first place that I go because it shows you all of your kit components. It also shows you some alternates that they've created with the kit and your coordinating colors. So this will make 9 cards. It has 9 coordinating envelopes. We're going to walk through all of the product that you get in there. And then our coordinating colors are Bumblebee, Fresh Freesia, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Razzleberry, Soft Succulent, and Soft Suede. So these colors here. And when you look at them, you know, as a palette like that, it's a really soft palette. And then you have these like fun safari animals. So that's a little bit different, you know, than what I was expecting, but so cute. Okay, so let me show you the card bases and we'll walk through this. And here's our stamp set. So I tried stamping this, but I didn't have it on a block and it doesn't look quite right. So I'm just going to go through these. So we have Yay, which is like a banner stamp. We have our leaf and our cupcake. We have this sort of like a pebble pattern or a splatter pattern. We have Let's Celebrate. You did it. Amazing. Congratulations. Fantastic. Happy birthday. And you are so, if you want to, you know, fill in the blank. So you are so amazing. You are so fantastic. So it's really cute. The color in this month's kit, the ink spot, is Rich Razzleberry. Hi, Teresa. How are you? And then here are our card bases. So we have Soft Succulent. So we have these here. We have our Bumblebee, and we have Fresh Freesia. So these are our card bases. They all have that same fun pattern on them that we have here with our stamp set. So we can recreate this with our stamps, which is awesome. Okay, and then you're going to get a lot of, let me move my chipboard out of the way. I always keep that too. We have a lot of die cuts in this kit, including vellum. So we have 3 different sizes in the vellum that I can see. We have this pattern here, and there's even some stitching detail on this vellum. And then we have this piece here, also with the stitching. And we get, it looks like 3 of each. Yep, 3 of each. Okay, and then we also have 3 circles. And these are all decent sizes. So the circle on this is, looks like 3 inches. Okay, and then we have our die cuts. That's our coordinating cardstock. I'll get to that in a little bit. But let's get to the fun ones first. So these are our characters. I popped these 2 out. I ended up using, we were Googling what it is, this creature here. When I first saw it, I thought it was a giraffe, and I was like, that is not a giraffe. It is, I think, an impala. If you guys know what it is, the first thing we were like saying, like, is it an antelope or some type of a deer? And we were Googling and we came up with impala, Patrick and I. But if you know what this animal is, be sure to shout it out on the, excuse me, in the comments. If I start laughing, I'll start coughing. My cough is getting better, but boy, I'll tell you, it does not want to go away. Okay, so we have 3 of each of our fun animals. Okay, so we have our elephant and our monkey or our chimpanzee. And then we have these fabulous leaves. This is one of my favorite elements of the kit. You get 3 sheets of these, so there's a lot of them. Okay, I already went through one on my alternate. So I already have an empty one, but let me show you. Okay, so, and the wonderful thing about this is the variety of color. And you can really get those pops of color in there, which makes them really feel like that party vibe, you know, that celebration, happy feeling there. All right, so we have those. I'll come back to those in a minute. We have our sentiment pieces here, and we have different sizes. So we have these larger banners. Let me punch one of these out. Okay, so we have these. Love the detail printing that they have on these. We have this. This is our pear pizzazz accent here. So we have that smaller rectangle. And we also have these circles. These are really cool. I love any type of framing or accents. So I love those elements on there. All right, and then I'm just going to set that aside for a minute. Here, did I get to go through all that? Went through the stamp set? Yes. Okay, so let me show you guys the envelopes. So the envelopes have detail on the inside and the outside. So here's that outside element off to the side. And then here are the inside liners. So for those of you who like to do alternate card projects and use the patterns on these envelopes, wow, you know, you are going to have so much fun making alternate cards with these. They are really, really fun. Look at how bright and bold they are. So these are the envelopes. And then of course we have our adhesive. So we get the regular size Stampin' Dimensionals, a full sheet. We also get our adhesive dots. Then the most surprising piece for me out of this whole kit were the embellishments. Check these out. So we had these like pebble embellishments in the mini catalog and they sold out. I can't remember if they're back or not, but we've had a lot of snow where I live and I swear to you, this looks like rock salt. I don't know if you can see this. They're really cool, really unique shapes, kind of that rock feeling. But honest to goodness, they look like rock salt to me. So really unexpected, fun, textured embellishment here that we can use on the cards. So that is this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. I think I showed everything from the kit. Looks like I got to everything. So let's start putting it together. So when you open up your instructions, just in case you happen to be watching this and you happen to be new to Paper Pumpkin, you know, if you've never opened a kit before, if this is your first kit, I just want to say they have great visual instructions on the inside. They also have a ruler along the edge of your paper. So if you're traveling with your Paper Pumpkin kit and you don't have all your tools with you, it's so nice to have that element. So we're going to get the pieces for the first card and we're going to put them together. So let me just grab these. I love taking a look at the coordinating pieces too. That's one of the best parts about making alternates. I usually like to sit down and kind of come up with different ideas, but there are certain things that will spark my mind right away when I see the kits. And the oval from Seize the Day was one of those elements. Okay, so we're going to use a fresh freesia card base. We're going to need that circle vellum. This is card number 1 of 3. We're going to need, which animal? We're going to need the elephant, which is probably Connor's favorite. And Connor is my son. He's 6, loves elephants, but he says elegant, which is so funny. And then we have our banner from the one piece, like this side, the one edged banner. So we're going to use that. We're also going to need 2 leaves and one of those little sprays. So let's get the leaves. looks like we need the large purple, so rich raspberry leaf, a bumblebee leaf, and then the green spray piece. Let's see if we can find that. Yes, I dropped it. Got it though. Okay, so we're going to use this green piece here. We're going to need our adhesive, and it looks like we're good to go. So in terms of the stamps that it's telling us to use, we're going to use You Are So Amazing, and we're going to use our little splatter stamp there. It's saying that it wants us to use 5 of the embellishments as well. Okay, so we're going to put this together. I love the paper pumpkin projects because they're never anything like what I would design. It's so nice to have the design done for you sometimes, I gotta say. I always love when I get my paper pumpkin in the mail because I automatically know what my live is gonna be. Okay, so let's do the stamping first. Let's get our You Are So Amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on 2 different blocks. Now, whenever you get your paper pumpkin kit for the first time, you will get a block that comes with your paper pumpkin kit. And then if you have any other additional blocks that you want to use on your cards, you can do that. Okay, I'm going to be using my blocks. I use my clear blocks every time I work on these kits. I also usually bring in my paper snips and my own adhesive for some alternative elements. But everything that you need to make your kit, aside from scissors, is in the box. Okay, so we're going to do You Are So Amazing. We're going to use our rich raspberry. Here we go. All of your stamps will fit on the clear block that's provided in the kit. Just have to take turns using it. I wiggled that probably a little too much, but it's okay. All right, and then we'll do You Are So Amazing. Love that font. Look at how bold that is. Easy for kids to read too. Although they would have to know a little bit of cursive there, but it's kind of in between, right? The print and the cursive there. Okay, so let's just kind of get the layout here so I can see where we're going to stamp our little splatter pattern. Looks like we're going to kind of go up here towards the right upper corner. Not quite so far, but like around this area here. So let me get our splatter stamp. What's everybody up to tonight? Let me know, and I'll go back through comments here in a couple minutes. Okay, so it's telling me to use some adhesive dots on these items. You could certainly do that, or if you have your own adhesive that you prefer to use, just go ahead and use that. I'm going to use the dots that they provided. I'm going to try to stick as much to the kit as I can for anybody who is doing that for the first time. Whenever you're putting adhesive on vellum, just a heads up, put it where your elephant is going to cover it so that you don't see your dot through the vellum. So we're going to do pretty much center. Here we go. You can do 3 of these. I always think that vellum elevates card design. There's just something about it that is so, I don't know, it just really adds so much texture and personality to your card. So for our elephant, it looks like we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals and pop him up a little bit. And then we're going to be layering in our leaves kind of behind him or her, just depending. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the leaves down first. I'm going to use my adhesive dots for the ones that are going to be flat. So it's telling me adhesive dots, so flat surface for the leaves, and then dimensional, so some dimension for the sentiment and the elephant. Okay. It's recommending 3 for the big guy, the big leaf. Just going to go right on down the line. There we go. Okay, and then we want that to be by our little stamp here. So I'll set that down. Looks like the green piece is next. 2 at the base is what it looks like it's saying to do. Doesn't quite hide behind, but it will be covered by the layer, looks like. Okay, so let me tuck this behind here. Not exact, but close. Okay, and then our yellow, or our bumblebee leaf, we're going to do 3 more right up the middle of the leaf. And those are covered. You can't see those. Okay. Oh, Susan says she's making cards and watching Black Widow. I've never seen that. I am very behind on my movies. Used to see everything. Okay, so we're going to put this one here-ish. All right, and then we're going to do our Stampin' Dimensionals. I needed a new sheet of these too. I just finished my other one. It's telling me 4. I'm going to do 5 because I can't help myself. Okay. All right, so then we're going to layer this here. Let's just get a look. Right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's set that down and then put some dimensionals on our elephant and we're all set. Oh, you know what? Embellishments, don't let me forget our little rocks. Okay, so in terms of the positioning, this leg is going to go here. So I'm going to put the adhesive piece on the other leg, and the instructions are actually telling me to do that. Okay, so that we don't, you know, have any overlap there. What I am tempted to do is put a little piece of adhesive on that leg. So I think I might do another dot. Okay, I'm just going to do a little dot. And that way we just have a little bit of security there. Okay, and I took all those pieces off. All right, so we're going to position our elephant just like so. How cute is that? Okay, so then let's get our little rocks, and then it's telling us just kind of putting 2 behind the elephant over here and then 3 up around our splatter pattern. So let's go for it. 2, 1, 2, 3. I need my take your pick tool. I should just tape it to my Archon mount, and that way I would always have it, or have a little mini mount for my take your pick tool. So I'm always setting it somewhere. Someone told me they have 4, and that is the smartest thing you could do because you'll always have one around you. Okay, so here is card number 1. Now we're going to do card number 2, which is our either impala or antelope or our South African, I think, in that area, animal. So let me know if you guys know what it is. I was hoping they would have it here, but I don't see it. I don't see them saying what it is. Maybe it's on the blog. Paper Pumpkin has a blog, by the way, if you go to paperpumpkin.com. And sometimes they feature artists and different things like that on the blog. It's really cute. So second card, we're going to do our, let's see, soft succulent card base. We're going to need this shape for our vellum. We're going to need our little antelope animal here. Party animal. There's a little die cut piece right between the antlers and the yay. So I'm just going to pop that out. Okay, and then we need our longer banner piece. It's right here somewhere. Hang with me. All right. I start setting stuff over things. Okay, so here's this one. And then we're going to get our pear pizzazz leaf, our yellow spray. Okay, so the yellow. Just be patient with this as you're pulling these out. They're easy to pull out. You just don't want to rip it. And then our pear pizzazz leaf looks like. And the fresh freesia leaf. And those are the same size, depending on what color it is. The fresh freesia ones are the same size, I mean. All right, so I'm going to just fold this so that we're looking at the instructions for card number 2. And for this one, we're going to do the congratulations and the splatter stamp. Splatter stamp's going to go in the lower corner. This is going to be a vertical card as opposed to a horizontal card. Just going to get my bone folder, get a crisp edge on that. Okay. And now it is recommending that we do 3 of the adhesive dots on this. Okay. I'm going to pick the stamp up. That way I won't bend it. Okay. If it's a longer stamp, you could do it sideways like that. I often do them at an angle on my blocks. So every single one of these cards is going to have the rich raspberry ink. I'm going to move this aside. I love this font. It looks handwritten, doesn't it? So cute. Okay, so we have our stamped congratulations. Let's get our splatter pattern. We're going to put this in the lower right hand corner. Okay, so we have this down. We're going to do our leaves in this pattern. We're going to do this slightly off center so it looks like it's next to the point but not quite over the point. And then our banner, our congratulations banner, goes at an angle right across the belly. Okay, they're recommending 3 right here. I love the angle. That's cute. Okay, so, and that is something I very rarely do with my own card designs. When you guys get paper pumpkin kits, does that give you ideas for card designs? Do you think to yourself like, oh, I would never have done that, you know? I think that's one of the most fun things about it. All right, so I'm going to go right across the belly here. And then same thing, it looks like 5 of these. We have 3 off to the side here and 2 by the splatter pattern. Here's card 1, here's card 2, and let's go ahead and do our 3rd card, and then we will do our alternate for anybody who wants to hang out on the live with me, or if you want to know what's coming in the replay. So card number 3 is going to be our Bumblebee card base with our chimpanzee. And this is this piece here. So our fun looks like 2 overlapping rectangles almost. All right, so let's get our Bumblebee. Oh, somebody's slamming doors. All right, this one is going to be landscape or horizontal. Okay, let's start getting our pieces together here. And then we will be using, it looks like the largest leaf, which is soft succulent, the rich raspberry branch, the fresh freesia leaf. Okay. And I'm following their instructions deliberately. I do go rogue sometimes. I think it's kind of hard not to, but I'm grabbing the wrong color branch here. It's okay. But I am trying to follow it as closely as possible for those who are new to assembling kits or who really like to stick to the kit. I tend to kind of go off and do my own thing. I do a ton of alternates with Paper Pumpkin. All right, here we go. All right, so we have these 3, and then we're going to use that same splatter stamp. For this one, we're going to be using the circle that says "You Did It," and we're also going to be using this. So we're going to use our Pear Pizzazz rectangle, our circle. Susan is saying she loves making alternatives. They're so much fun. They're so much fun to do. Once you start collecting the products and you get those coordinating cardstocks and inks, and I pulled some ribbon. So when I knew what the colors were, like that's kind of a default for me. So I'm just going to kind of go off on a tangent here for a second, but we'll come back to card number 3. The minute I know the coordinating colors, I will usually grab those products. So we have ribbon and Bumblebee and fresh freesia and soft succulent. I'll usually grab my Stampin' blends. You know, I'll grab the cardstock and I will just start playing with it. Because we're using 2 in colors, I would also use these. And then the, I should verbalize that, right? The 2021-2023 in color jewels. So the soft succulent jewels would be gorgeous. All of these colors would actually go really well, but these 2 are part of that kit. So they would look fabulous as an alternate. Iridescent rhinestones go with everything. Everyone's obsessed with them. I use them on the alternate. So back to the program. We're going to do "You Did It." So let's get that stamp. You did it. Other one. My camera is going in and out, so let me know if you guys have any trouble seeing or hearing me. Hopefully I'm back. This has been happening every week. I don't know if it's a Facebook thing or a phone thing. All right, so "You Did It" is going to get stamped on the circle. Let's do that first. We're going to do this so that the accents are at the top and the bottom of the circle. And then let's get our Pear Pizzazz rectangle. And let's celebrate. I'm also going to ink this up because we are going to use our splatter pattern again. Okay, And then same thing, lower right corner. All right, and now same thing. They want us to do 3 down the center of the vellum, 3 adhesive dots. All right, so let me move this stuff out of the way, and I'm going to put the 3 cards here. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to go back through comments, and then I will get into the alternate. So let me put them this way. Here we go. Look at how cute they are. Oh my goodness, they're so bright too. They seem like softer colors, but I think just because of the combination, especially the bumblebee, just really pops. I think that the rich raspberry and the bumblebee are like a fabulous combination. So let's go ahead and we'll make an alternate tonight, and then I'll design a follow-up of alternate only video. But this will at least, you know, get you guys looking at the new kit and getting some ideas going for what you can do with it. So I'm gonna set these to the side. All right, so kind of I will say it's an unusual choice, and I will admit to you, I used a lot. I used a lot of rhinestones on this, but I had a vision. I really wanted to kind of get that fun party thing going. And I love that the iridescent rhinestones really pull that, you know, fresh freesia and rich raspberry color. So I went with this guy here, but honestly, any of these will work with the oval. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting. These are the coordinating colors, by the way, just for anybody who's interested. So Pear Pizzazz, Soft Suede, Fresh Freesia, Bumblebee, Rich Raspberry, and Soft Succulent. You certainly don't have to cut all these pieces out, but what I like to do is, if I am going to do die cutting or if I am going to do layering, I kind of like to see what the cardstock looks like next to each other so I can kind of choose my layouts. So I will do things that way. I loved the way that the rich raspberry looked. So I'm going to go with that color for this particular card. But you could do a whole card set and just, you know, swap out the theme and the safari animal. I'm going to take a piece of this cardstock here. We're going to go to the 4-inch mark, which I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see. 4-inch mark here. And I'm going to cut. And remember, this is the alternative now. So this is if you have extra products that you want to kind of play with your kit and make some cards on your own outside of the paper pumpkin designs. I'm just going to leave this whole piece here and we'll trim it down after I cut it out. So I love the oval here, but as you can see, there's a lot of like coral and seaweed and bubbles and all that kind of stuff going on. So this is meant to be for the sea dye, but if you trim these pieces off, you can have that oval shape, like the essence of it, for these animals. And I thought that the sizing of the die cuts were perfect with this oval. So I'm going to try to get this die close to the top. Okay, so we want to have a little bit of a frame here. So I'm just going to crank this through. This is a large die, which means there's going to be a little bit more pressure whenever you're cranking that one through, but it will cut through on the first cut. Okay, and then this is what it's going to look like, this piece here. So with this die, because you have some intricate pieces here, you can pull that out gently. You have enough to get a piece out of that if you want to save it. I tend to save a lot of my cardstock pieces. So it's up to you whether or not you want to trim out this extra. I did choose to do that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim this down so that it'll be a layer that will fit on our paper pumpkin card. So I'm going to go to 5.5 first. Oops. 5.5 first. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over to the other side and go to 5.25. And that was just so that I didn't cut it too close. And if you want to have it, you know, larger than that, you can do that. But this will take it right to the edge of that bubble right there. Okay. And then for our card bases, I really thought that the bumblebee card popped, but you could do any of the card bases with this. You know, the purple on the purple looks really pretty, but I loved this look here. I just thought that that was like so cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this extra like bit off. I just thought it would be easier to do that. So you could either do this from the back or for the front, whatever works for you. I'm just going to take my paper snips and kind of trim this. And you don't have to worry about it being too perfect because you're going to layer your leaves over it. Okay, so you can kind of get that oval shape going there. You can actually probably, this piece actually looks like a leaf. You could probably leave that. We can see what it looks like, but I'm just going to go in from underneath. Just find your angle that you like. Okay, and then that last piece over here, let's just take that off so you can see that really pretty much turns into an oval there. And then we have this little piece here too, so if you would want to remove that, you can. I can't remember if I did or if I didn't. I think I took that all off right there, so I'm just going to trim that out. All right, and then this little top piece here. I'm going to leave the bubbles, okay, because I really thought they looked like, you know, just a fun decorative party element. Okay, so we'll put our original card here. Okay. Okay, so now, luckily, we have a lot of the leaves to work with, the die cut leaves. So let me get this guy out. And you know what? Let me show you the other ones too, because you can choose which one you want in your oval. So here is our chimpanzee. They all fit inside the oval. So let's do our oval piece. I'm covering it now. Let's make sure our card's opening the right way. All right, so here is the basic layer. Here's this one, and you can see there's slight overlap there, but no big deal, right? It all looks proportional. Here is the elephant. Fits perfectly, so cute. And here is our monkey, and let me just pop that piece out too. So much fun. So with the monkey, because of his positioning, I might even stand him on a leaf or stand him on the banner, or whatever your sentiment would be for that particular card, because he's a little bit smaller, and then have like the hula hoop coming out over the edge. So cute. Okay, but I'm going to stick with the same design for today. So let's see. Unless you guys, if you guys have any opinions on this, if you want to see a different one, let me know in the comments. I'll just give you guys a second to answer. And then in the meantime, I will pop out the leaves. So if you want to see a different animal, just let me know. If you want me to stick to the card design, alternate card design, I can do that too. So I ended up using a soft succulent, a pear pizzazz, and then the 2 fresh freesias. I stayed away from putting the same color over the layer. I didn't see a point to that, and I didn't use bumblebee either because I thought it would compete with the background. Okay, so I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna start using my multi-purpose glue for this card. All right, and then let's see, try the elephant. All right, you got it. All right, so we're gonna do the elephant for the inside of this card, and I'm gonna put down the oval first. So I'm just gonna kind of go around the edges here. Okay, so we'll just give that a second to set. Doesn't matter that these aren't glued down. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna put our elephant right in the middle. And let's go ahead and take a look at our leaf placement and see what we like here. So I'm probably gonna put my leaves down before I put the elephant down because we have to see those roller skates, right? So let's do 1 to 1, just very similar to the way that we did the original card. Let's just do this and see how this looks positioning wise. We can do the elephant up on dimensionals. How about that? I think that would be cute for just a slight difference for this card. And I'm going to glue these down next. And then we can decide which banner we want to use. I like the long one personally, but let's take a look at the other ones. I think the circle would take up too much space. I kind of want to do a pattern with these, like where there's banners going across. Like, wouldn't that be cute? So this is what that one would look like. I say we use this one because I just really love this one on this card layout. Let's take a look at the circle too. Let's see what that looks like just real quick. I think that the circle is going to compete with the oval, but it looks great with the leaves. It's cute. I am going to stick to this one though. Okay, so we're going to do this and the elephant up on dimensionals. We did happy birthday for this. We could do congratulations. We want to do something that's going to, you know, have nice proportion to size here. So this is the congratulations one. That kind of feels right with the roller skates. So let's get the ink. Okay. Cutest font. That's so cute. Okay, so here is the optional part. You can decide if you want them all over. You could even just do them right inside and around if you want to stick to just 2 or 3. I would like to be generous with this project. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So the fun of this is that the sizes of these are the same sizes as the bubbles. So if you want to fit them in, you can. These largest circles fit the largest iridescent rhinestone. This might take me way too long to do on a live though. Let's see if I can do this relatively quickly. Okay, and so here are our alternates. How cute are they? Okay, so there we go. I will see if I can get some more alternates designed for you and do a follow-up video on this. But in the meantime, let me just show you the rest of the cards and we'll be all done for tonight. So here are our 2 alternates. And here are the paper pumpkin cards. Okay. I will put a link to Paper Pumpkin for anybody who might be interested in finding out more or signing up for the March kit. Just remember that March kit is going to have a bonus stamp set because March is Paper Pumpkin's birthday month. They came out with a cool video. The person who did the watercolor design, I have to share that on my page too. And I will get all of this information up on the blog tomorrow. I'll get these photographed and watermarked, and I'll get everything posted for you. And then I'll see if I can get some alternates out, some more alternate cards out in the coming week. Okay, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight.